Commander Replay, we take another look at Rienne Angel Reanimator. Find out who calls the cops on the Angel Party next on Commander Replay. I want to thank my awesome Patreon supporters. We have one new Patreon supporter in Spencer, who I met at Magic Fest Austin, and donated me a sweet looking Blackblade Reforged. Spencer, you are awesome. If you want to help support the channel and vote on which decks I play next, feel free to check out my Patreon at the link below. And be sure to use the TCG affiliate player link, as it helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. Welcome back, everyone. Playing some more of the Reanimator today, Rienne Angel of Rebirth. Take a look at this opening hand. Well, we've got 2 lands. We've got a Dockside Extortionist, Cultivate. I like that. Let's keep. I think I'm on 37 lands in this deck? 37 lands. Not too bad. This is going to be a creature-heavy kind of game, though. So we're playing Angel Tribal with Rienne, a deck that I've played before on the channel, but been meaning to get back around to. Had a discussion with someone a while back, was helping them out with their Rienne deck list, and pointed them in the direction of this list. And even though like 8 months had gone by since I built the deck and a bunch of new cards came out, still holds up pretty well. Weren't too many things I had to change. I think like Dockside Extortionist, Smothering Tithe, those came in. Get that extra mana, especially when you're talking about big expensive angels. And there's 1 or 2 other things, like Underworld Breach could make a case for itself in this deck. Haven't pulled the trigger on it yet, but certainly a possibility. But anyway, yeah, talking to them about their deck list got me interested in checking out the Rienne deck again. And like I said, there's going to be a lot of creatures in this game. Well, we've got a Karametra being piloted by Jazz Fox. Myself and a few others were helping her with the deck list before we got the game going. It's going to be a lot of creatures. We got Fish That Fish piloting Elesh Norn, Grand Cenobite. Fish like stacks a lot, so probably a lot of hate bears, I'm guessing, with the Elesh Norn. And then finally we got GVR piloting Saskia, a deck that I saw a little bit earlier today. It's basically like legendary creature tribal aggro, and it was coming out pretty hard, so gonna be some aggro in this game. Let's get the Path of Ancestry into play. Does come in tapped. And that's going to be the turn. The one good thing in all this is that we do have flying, we do have reanimation, so we should be able to attack past the ground armies that I assume will be. We also should be able to rebuild better than the other players after a board wipe, should one happen, so I do like our chances there, but, you know, all of these decks can do very explosive things, so there's an Urza's Incubator. That's a good one. Let's get the Mistveil Plains. That also comes in tap. We'll tap out our land and pass, so we don't have to hold up priority. Opponent did lay down a Spine Rock Knoll to get the hideaway. Do love me some Spine Rock Knoll. Opponent drops down a Sakura Tribe Elder. Gonna get that land. Yeah. Suture Priest coming in for the Elesh Norn. Yeah, that's a card. Says, whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain a life. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, you may have that player lose 1 life. Maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I should build a life gain Elesh Norn deck. That'd be kind of cool, right? Oh, that's a Thalia Heretic Cathar. Oh, that's going to put us in such slow motion. Come on, basic land off the top. Please, basic land off the top. Farseek is not the worst thing. It's playable. It ramps us. I like that. So play the Stomping Ground. Not paying the life since it's coming in tapped. Play the Farseek. I've been meaning to use Thalia Heretic Cathar more. When you get into stronger game situations, its ability to slow the game down is unbelievable. We've got double red, double white in hand. That's a thing we'll want to think about. There's a red. That can be any color. That's white. We do have some double green we might want to start thinking about. I think that puts us on a Cinderglade. But there's also a lot of white costs in the deck. Let's go for a Canopy Vista. So Canopy Vista in tapped. But yeah, this is one that I've been meaning to test out a little bit more. You know, it's been out for a few years, but until you really see it in action, you don't realize how strong it actually is. It messes up blockers. Fetch lands are awful in Thalia. It really sets your opponents in slow motion. The fact that I play a lot of equipment decks, Saskia being aggressive, 3-2 with first strike is very reasonable body size for Thalia. Just solid card. So opponent plays a Dauntless Escort, sweet card, and does come in tapped. Opponent's got an Emeria in play. We'll want to be careful of that as the game goes on. Don't know that there's tons and tons of land destruction in this deck. I haven't played it enough times where I've gotten to the point where I start factoring in the land destruction. Opponent does cast a Gift of Estates, gets themselves some plains. Love me some Gift of Estates. And Suture Priest coming in our way. We're going to get hit for 1. We draw an Ugin off the top. Wasn't really looking for the Ugin. Any value to be had on this Dockside Extortionist? Does not look like it. Puts us on the Cultivate then. There isn't tons and tons of red in the deck. Yeah, I think I'm going to go white and green right here. The plains into play, forest into the hand, play the forest, and pass the turn like that. So we've ramped pretty good, hit a Farseek and a Cultivate, even though we had to work around the Thalias, so not too bad all things considered. We'll be going into, what, turn 5 with pretty good mana. Could start to think about, oop, that's a Beast Whisperer for opponent. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty good. Gonna be some card draw for that Karametra. We could probably go something like Urza's Incubator into Sigarda, Host of Herons. Seems like a reasonable plan. Dauntless Escort into the Elesh Norn opponent. Suture Priest into the Karametra. As long as that Suture Priest sticks, it should actually be somewhat reasonable against Karametra. That Karametra deck has like 40 creatures in it last I looked, and you know, if they're just casting a bunch of creatures every single turn, there's also some bounce effects in there, White Mane Lions and a few other Stone Cloakers and similar stuff like that. If they burn 10 or 15 life just playing creatures off the Suture Priest, that can put them in pretty close range of us or another player just taking them out. Ooh, that's a Samut for the Saskia. Yeah. Samut's a real card. So Thalia into the Karametra and Samut into us. Yep. It's gonna be some damage. Ooh, Samut plus Saskia can be a lot of damage. There's a Gisela the Broken Blade. So yeah, I think it's going to be Urza's Incubator. Maybe get Rienne into play. Do we want Rienne or do we want Sigarda? I'm going to go Rienne just in case of a board wipe. She's easier to get back in this moment. Also, if we untap, we may need to think about Rishkar's Expertise. So Rienne gives us an additional power on the Rishkar's Expertise. So I'm just going to go that way. We will get to Scry off of the Path of Ancestry. So Scry 1. It's a land. I think we do need a land right here. Want to keep hitting those lands. Does come in tap, we'll lose a life, and we are liable to take some damage off of the Saskia if no one wants to play some removal. I'm definitely going to be adding Thalia to Weapons of War because, I mean, just look what it's doing. Our stuff's in tapped, and opponent's just able to whack away at us. Here comes the Karametra into play. Yep, they get to draw another card off the Beast Whisperer. Beast Whisperer into Elesh Norn, leaves the Dauntless Escort back. Yep, blockers are a good idea right now. Right before this game, I unfortunately had to cut Razia just to get down to 100 cards in the deck, which was super sad. But Razia is a multicolor angel, which does pair well with Rienne. But that's not really the main focus of the deck, although I really just like Razia. I've been using it in place of Retachroma, and the fact that it has haste with like Aurelia means that it's able to come out and hit really hard right off the bat. Haven't had a ton of uses on the protection mechanic. Usually by the time that I'm casting Razia, I'm looking to just take someone out of the game, and it's been really good at getting player-killing amounts of damage in. The 6 damage twice off of Razia, so good. Here comes Ravos into play. Yep. You know, Ravos is one that I may have held on to, honestly, just because it's your protection against the board wipe. If the board gets blown up, then that's the one you want to cast afterwards to start getting your stuff back. Opponent gonna do some attacking. Alright, so Thalia into Karametra, Samut into us, and Ravos into the Elesh Norn. We draw that land that we saw. Play the land. Oh, it comes in tapped. Oh, Thalia. Thalia got us. Hey, want to know a funny trick? It won't work this turn because all of our creatures come in tap, but let's assume we play Aurelia this turn. If we untap with it next turn, Aurelia can untap any creatures that we play during our first main phase and have them untapped as blockers, which is not the worst thing I've ever seen. I think I'm on the Rishkars right here. Just get the card draw. We get to cast something for free. What is it, 5 or less? It's 5 or less, so it could be this Sigarda. Thinking about the Gisela, the First Strike and Lifelink are pretty good. Yeah, we're going to tap out all of our mana right here for the Rishkar's Expertise. We get to cast a card 5 or greater. We have a Solemn Simulacrum. Solemn Simulacrum equals ramp. Ramp I like. Also, Solemn Simulacrum, like, is good at stopping ground creatures. Yeah, I think it's going to be the Sad Bot. Didn't catch any Reanimator cards in all of that. It's maybe not the best. Use the Solemn Simulacrum. Let's get a mountain right here. Just make sure we have red basic mana. Never know when that's going to be relevant. And I'm staying put with the commander. Lots of mounting power over on the Saskia side of the board. Do need to do some discarding. Man, I actually don't want to... You know what? Dockside Extortionist is not relevant right now. Get rid of that. Kind of want my lands. Kind of want to keep making the land drops. Angelic Arbiter is incredibly relevant against most of our opponents. So we're not getting rid of that. Maybe we are pitching a land. You know what? Misty Rainforest is terrible against Thalia, so we'll get rid of the Misty. Not really ready to go on the Reanimator plan yet, so we're going to have to stay on the ramp plan for now. Ooh, that's a Heliod Suncrown coming in for Karametra. Trigger the Karametra, trigger the Beast Whisperer. Ooh, maybe we also need to take a turn off for Ugin. That could be a thing. Ideally, well, Rienne would just go to our command zone. Yeah, we would exile all the stuff from our opponents. Ooh, Karametra's in creature form. Yeah, I think we might be on the Ugin turn. Then after that, we should be, like, down to Angel. Ooh, Cage Sun for the Elesh Norn. Alright, got some mana doubling. Whatever they're planning to do, they should have the mana to do it next turn. You know, I really feel a lot better if I had a white open for this Path to Exile. Opponent lays down a Whip of Erebos and then goes on the attack. Oh, that's gonna be some life gain. Opponent blocks with the Suture Priest. Yep. That's a survival of the fittest. So I think Ugin this turn, survival next turn is where I want to be. Play this Plains. No blue in this game, so I'm not expecting Ugin to get countered. I'm going to swing into GVR with Rienne, since should be getting exiled by Ugin. Opponent takes a hit for 5. That's 5 commander. Ugin time. Oh no, we have a fetch in play. Are we still going to have enough? Oh wait, if we go... Okay, yeah, so if we Ugin now, wipe the board first, then we can crack the fetch after Thalia's gone to get an untapped land should we need to Path to Exile. Looks like the biggest thing we need to get rid of is 5 with the Ugin. Opponent's going to sacrifice their Dauntless Escort. That'll prevent it from getting exiled. Gives it some chance to come back later. Yeah, so we cleaned up some important stuff right there. Decided to leave the Solemn Simulacrum back because Saskia does have haste. It's not unreasonable for other players to get haste off of boots and things like that. So our life is dwindling a little bit. We're down to 23 already, so I thought I would leave the Simulacrum back. Opponent's going to Generous Gift on our Ugin. That's totally fair. And that's what makes Ugin so good. I mean, it was a board wipe right there, but then opponents still have to spend another card or another resource killing it or attacking it. I didn't expect that Ugin to stick around, you know, obviously we probably shoot something and then someone attacks it and whatever, it goes away. But yeah, now that Generous Gift is not available to shoot any of their other stuff. Opponent plays a Knight of Autumn, a pretty good card. Shoots this Cage Sun right here. And Cage Sun going down for Fish Said Fish. I'm sure that makes them very sad. Here comes a Radha Heir to Keld. Yep. I'm actually going to hold this Arid Mesa as long as I can because we could theoretically Survival of the Fittest for a Maria Shepherd at some point. So if we don't have like a burning need to use that mana, then I'm going to try to hold that back. That's a Blasphemous Act. Could be useful at some point. Right now, I think we just hard cast Angels. Let's get the Angelic Arbiter. Use the Path of Ancestry. What else can we get? We could theoretically get Gisela into play. If we crack the Arid Mesa, we could also get Sigarda. We get to scry one. I should have cracked the fetch in response to the scry. Whoops. Ooh, it's a Maria? Alright, I'm gonna hold on for a Maria. We're on 4 planes, and if we crack the Arid Mesa, that'll give us a 5th planes. So we've got Angelic Arbiter and Gisela into play. I'm gonna send the Elephant over to GVR. They go down to 37. Karametra back to play. Yep. Fish is gonna White Sun Zenith for X4. Sure they would have preferred to do that with the Cage Sun in play. Gets themselves some 2/2s. Enlightened Tutors on the upkeep. Let's see what they're going for. Gets themselves an Extraplanar Lens. Interesting. That'll give us extra mana. Wonder if they have like a Secure the Waste or something that they're trying to set up for. Extraplanar Lens into play. Oh no, it's snow covered. No, it's snow covered. It's not going to help us. Boo. Boo, fish. Opponent plays a Reliquary Tower. Sure. Here comes the Elesh Norn. If it's got 2 toughness or less, it's about to die. Solemn Simulacrum goes down, Radha goes down, and the Knight of Autumn goes down. We get to draw a card. It's the Emeria. Our army much less threatening now. And Fish has got some 4/4s that they can send somewhere. Nope, decides not to. Gonna hold them all back. Opponent's gonna Mirage Mirror. Ooh, Mirage Mirror, copy Elesh Norn is really nasty. There's another land. One sec, we might just hold the Emeria for a second, figure out what we're doing. Want to get the Sigarda in. Was thinking about Aurelia, but Aurelia we won't... Might spend this turn setting up and then going for the big Aurelia hit next turn. Is where I'm at right now, I think. Rienne is going to be 5 to get into play. It's 5. 3 more. Yeah, so I think we can get Rienne and Sigarda and then just sit on Path to Exile. Seems like a plan. Oh, right. Fish couldn't attack because they cast Elesh Norn, and we have Angelic Arbiter in play, and Angelic Arbiter is super nasty. Okay, so let's get Rienne. We'll get another Scry. Oh, it's a Karmic Guide. So there's almost no circumstance where I want to crack any of our fetches right now. So with that being the case, let's play Emeria, play Sigarda, do some attacking. Are we doing some attacking? Opponent's got an army of 4/4s. I might just stay put. I think I'm good. I feel good staying put. Karmic Guide will be a nice insurance policy for us should a board wipe or something like that happen right here. So I'm really trying to not crack the fetch. There's an Eldamri's Call for Karametra, yeah. However, if Mirage Mirror tries to copy Elesh Norn, that kills a couple of our creatures, and that may force us into the path. Here's a Sun Titan for opponent. That'll trigger the Karametra. There's some things they can get. Knight of Autumn looks decent. Gets to shoot another thing if they want. Dauntless Escort would survive past the Norn. Could be reasonable for blocking. They get another land. Let's see what they go for. Going for the Knight of Autumn. Our Urza's Incubator's been doing work. I could see that being a target. But Extra Planar is a mana doubler, so that's also scary. Mirage Mirror kind of has an unknown element to it of it can be anything. Opponent just going to go straight for the Extra Planar lands. Knight of Autumn will die to state-based effects. This should create some good blood between Jazz Fox and Fish Dead Fish, so we'll see if some things get sent in their direction. GVR says, there goes hasty attacks with the Angelic Arbiter. Yeah, Angelic Arbiter is so unbelievably good. I'd say it's the most underrated angel in the angel deck. When people send me angel lists, the two that they usually leave out are Angelic Arbiter and Chancellor of the Annex. And those two are actually really important because almost all the other angels do things that are good for you and your team. Angelic Arbiter and Chancellor of the Annex do things that are bad for opponents, so it slows them down, keeps them from winning the game, and they don't feel the greatest to play against, but if you're in a reasonably high power setting where, you know, if it's not like really, really casual, then these are legitimate cards in the late game that force your opponent to have to interact with them, or they have to change their playstyle, so they can't just do the things they want to do. And, you know, having some amount of interaction like that is important so that this thing will keep you from dying to a Craterhoof Behemoth or, you know, someone recasting Aurelia, something like that. Ew, opponent's going to Mirage Mirror on the Elesh Norn. Yep, that's not going to work. We are going to lose too many things. Crack the fetch. Was trying to avoid that. Thought it might come to this, but here we are. Let's get the Ooh, nope, we need an untap one. Get the Temple Garden. Nope, Temple Garden comes in. Let's get Plateau. Path the Norn. Norn goes down. Opponent's going to get a land. Mirage Mirror trigger will fizzle. Sun Titan will get to block a token profitably now. So Sun Titan's going to eat a token. Opponent's going to take a little damage. Opponent's going to Buried Ruin the Extra Planar lens. Yeah. And passes like that. Oh, right, they attacked. So they cannot cast any stuff. Angelic Arbiter's so good. It's just so good. Also, if you can get a foil of one of these, they're super cheap. I think they're like $2. They look incredible. So get the foil if you can. Opponent's going to Mirage Mirror a Myriad Landscape. Ooh, trying to find lands, huh? Rough. Actually, funny story. If they Mirage Mirror our Angelic Arbiter, it's a really bad time for us. But they're going to crack the Mirage Mirror Myriad Landscape and go find themselves some lands. Miraculous Recovery. Never know when you might need that. Play this land. We could get wild with Survival of the Fittest, like discard Aurelia, get Karmic Guide, get Aurelia back, and do that sort of stuff. Maybe we should do that. Let's do that. I wasn't going to do it because it seems a little hammy given our situation in the table, but we're not rock solid to win right now. Like, it's not a foregone conclusion. So, Survival of the Fittest. Karmic Guide. Activate Survival of the Fittest. Discard Karmic Guide. And we could probably go farther with this, but, you know, 2 right here seems like plenty. Get a Maria Shepherd. Cast a Maria Shepherd. Crack this Flooded Strand. How many planes are in the deck? We have enough planes. Get Temple Garden untapped. A Maria Shepherd trigger on Solemn Simulacrum. Send that to the battlefield. Get a planes. A Maria Shepherd. Get Karmic Guide. Battlefield. Karmic Guide, get Aurelia, go to combat. Fish, probably the most likely to have removal. Everything their way. They go to 1, we go to 23 off the lifelink. Back to combat. I think it's going to be most things into GVR, and this token into Fish. So Fish goes down. GVR's at 14, and we go up to 27 off the lifelink. Pass the turn like that. Feel pretty good about our situation with Miraculous Recovery in hand. Also we're on 7 planes with the Maria. This deck is fun. I've been thinking about building this deck in paper. I think I have literally all the cards. I do own a Survival of the Fittest, which is the tough one to come by. Ooh, opponent's going to Crush Contraband on the Survival and the Urza's Incubator. Yeah, that's a good plan. That's a good play.
So those go into exile. Those won't be coming back. But yeah, this deck is fun. Like the ability to do the survival of the fittest loops with like Karmic Guide, Amaria Shepherd, and stuff like that is pretty fun. And you get a board state that looks like this. The Boros Angel deck rarely gets this many angels into play, unless like someone pillow forts a lot and no board wipes happen. So if a board wipe happens and you lose a bunch of things and, you don't have this many angels in play, the rare occasion that someone's pillow forted like crazy and you just can't get damage through is about the only time you really get this many angels actually into play. But yeah, this deck is fun. I get to use a lot of like powerful green cards that I never really get to play because I just don't play a ton of green. So, gives me an excuse to use some green stuff that is not normally available to me. And do some really fun stuff with Amaria Shepherd. Super cool. Oh, no. Well, I was going to say super cool card, but here comes a Fumigate from opponent. We're going to be putting our ability to rebuild to the test. Well, we have the Amaria still. Rienne's going to trigger. Solemn Simulacrum's going to trigger. Oh, yeah, we're golden. Solemn Simulacrum, we draw a card. It's a Chancellor of the Annex. 2 Rienne triggers. And our cards will come back at the end step. That's going to be a Sigarda and an Aurelia. Those are pretty good. So back they come. Unfortunately, our Urza's Incubator is down, so we will have to pay full price for them, and that does slow us down a bit. Here comes Nylea Keen-Eyed. I'm going to give this one a read since it's a newer one. Is not a creature if your devotion to green is less than 5, indestructible, 5/6. Creature spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. That's pretty good. And reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put it into your hand. Otherwise, you may put it into the graveyard. Yeah, it's decent. Opponent's going to cast a Rienne of their own. Yeah. Amaria is going to trigger. Who are we getting back? Probably a Karmic Guide, get Amaria Shepherd. Karmic Guide, get Amaria Shepherd. Get Karmic Guide, get Amaria Shepherd. See if we can catch a Plains off the top. Oh my, it's a Plains off the top. We did it. Got there. Oh man. Poor opponents. We've drawn well this game. We've drawn very well. Who's coming back? Still not a lot of value on that dockside. I guess it's going to be play a Plains. Get Solemn Simulacrum, send it to the battlefield. It comes in, use the ability, get a Plains, Amaria Shepherd will trigger, and I think that's gonna put me on this Angelic Arbiter. Send it to the battlefield, cast Aurelia. We'll take a scry right here. It's a mountain. How do I feel about a mountain? Feel okay without a mountain. Let's put it to the bottom. Never know if you need like more Amaria Shepherd thingies, but yeah. We could cast Sigarda right here. The question is, does the opponent have more board wipes? Let's overcommit. Why not? Full overcommit. Let's go. Glenn does have a sizable blocker in the Rienne, so looks like it's just going to be 2 hits over to Jazz Fox. Opponent says, nice rebuild. Yeah, it was pretty good. This deck is made to do that. So we get opponent for 6, and we'll pass turn like that. See what else they've got for us. Opponent had to play this Bojuka Bog early in the game. If they didn't, that could wreck us. But that is one reason that, like, especially in mono black, I don't really run Bojuka Bog anymore. I'd rather just have the swamp. In multicolor, I get it. It's totally fine because in multicolor, the number of swamps you play doesn't usually matter. Unless you're trying to really force Cabal Coffers for some reason. But in a mono black deck, Bojuka Bog just, like, seems to show up at the wrong time. Like, you never really have it when you want it. I don't know. I've never been impressed with its performance. Every once in a while, you Demonic Tutor for a Bojuka Bog just to, like, get the free shoot, but if it's a really heavy graveyard... Ooh, that's a Wind of Abandon. The party's over. Well, might as well create a soldier token. Exile this. I think Farseek should be good. Well, we're going to be losing all the best cards in our deck. That's fun. That is fun. Let's get all of our basics. Looks like about 5 or 6. Got all of our basics. Still have... We have a Gisela in the graveyard. That should still come back off the Amaria. It's not the most threatening thing ever, but it's fine. It's reasonable. Thought about playing the Chancellor of the Annex right there. We'll probably go for that this turn. Maybe should have played it last turn. Maybe that keeps us off the Winds of Abandon, but I'm not sure. Here comes Saskia into play, yeah. Here comes a Safi Eric's daughter, yep. Saskia in our way, and we are the chosen player. This is going to hurt. Opponent gets us for 6, down to 21. I'd feel a lot better with that Angelic Arbiter hanging around. But sadly, it is gone. Get back our Gisela. Lifelink seems like a good idea right here. Also, again, not a ton of value on the dockside in this moment. Lots of green decks. Green decks mean less artifacts and enchantments. That's an Hour of Revelation. Don't think we really need that. That's not the one we're looking for. Play the Chancellor of the Annex. Play Rienne. See if this holds up. Pass the turn. Ooh, opponent's got an active Emeria of their own. They appear to have a Sun Titan. Going for a Sun Titan. Dauntless Escort's a real card. Dauntless Escort into play, yep. Makes our board wipes much less effective. Lightning Greaves for opponent. They do need to pay for the Chancellor of the Annex. Pays for it. Boots on the Sun Titan. Opponent's gonna attack with the Sun Titan. Getting Knight of Autumn. Gonna put some... Let's see what mode they go with on Knight of Autumn. Gonna gain 4 life. Yeah, that's fair. Sun Titan in our way. We don't have anything, like, big enough to profitably block. Ooh. Do we trade these two? And Saskia could be a problem. Ooh, I think we take the Sun Titan hit. Oh, I know what we do. We block and just try to get something back with Emeria. Is what we do. Block with Gisela and gain some life. There we go. That's a play. Try to find a way out of Saskia range. Probably due for like a Wheel of Fortune. I think we need some extra card draw right now. Is where I'd really like to be. Lurking Predators probably wouldn't be awful. But that Knight of Autumn has been doing a lot of work. Yeah, really just looking for card draw, I think. Oh, that's a Seal of Primordium for opponents. Well, we don't have any artifacts and enchantments left, so guess that is what it is. See what Glenn's got for us right here. Oh, that's a Shieldred. Oh, my. Oh, my. All right. Things getting real. So it's going to go to our end step. Shieldred's going to trigger. We're going to get Gisela the Broken Blade back. Going to sacrifice Rienne. Use Emeria. Oh, we draw a Soul Ring. It's not what we're looking for. It's not good. I mean, is it even worth it to play Soul Ring with all the stuff happening in play? Like, I think it's just going to get shot. Glenn's got some protection in this Safi Eric's daughter. Send the Chancellor of the Annex into Glenn. Hopefully Jazz Fox is feeling compelled to try and eliminate Glenn. Shieldred's pretty scary and pretty annoying. Even for them with all of their stuff going on. Recast our commander. Let's get a Scry right here. That might be helpful. Smothering Tithe. No, we don't really need mana. We have all of our mana. Put to the bottom. Pass the turn. It's not looking great. It's not looking great. I think, Shieldred trigger on Jazz Fox. They are out of creatures in the graveyard, so they won't get to get anything back with Emeria. Knight of Autumn goes down. Ooh, Eternal Witness. Winds of Abandon would be backbreaker right here. Opponent has to pay the 1 for the Eternal Witness. Oh, they have exactly 7 left, just enough for the Winds of Abandon. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt. We haven't found a sack outlet. Something like Evolutionary Leap would have been kind of cool. Yep, going for that Winds of Abandon. Maybe we'll get lucky and they'll do something like try to cast a Soul Ring first and forget about it or something weird. I don't know. Nope, just gonna exile our team. Has just enough mana. Eternal Witness is actually a very big problem because now with Sun Titan and Emeria, they can just get everything back. Oh, yeah, that's bad. That is bad. Eternal Witness OP. We have graveyard removal in this deck. I cut both pieces of it. Do we have a... Nope, got rid of the land. Whatever land does it, it's gone. Yeah, we're boned. I also cut Winds of Abandon right before the game, so I cut all my graveyard removal and exile. All seems bad. Seems like we need some of that right now. Also, there was a moment somewhere where I wish I had gotten Ugin back with some of the landfall triggers, but did not. We are out of basics. We're going to get a shuffle right there. Hopefully something good. Probably needs to be a wheel. Gisela at least keeps us alive for a little while. Probably still on the wheel, though. Sun Titan and Dauntless into opponent, and Karametra our way. Sun Titan will trigger. Get back the Knight of Autumn. Oh, I wanted to put the Rishkar's Expertise back on the bottom with the Mistveil Plains, except I kept forgetting to do it. Whoops. Oh. Opponent said they had an Urza's Ruinous Blast under their Spine Rock Knoll. Can we make them survive somehow? Don't think we can. Nope. We are out of tricks. Yeah, Urza's Ruinous Blast would be a huge play right here. I don't know how we're getting out of this. We do not have the tools for it in this moment. So Glenn goes to 0. We're at 19. We need big draws. Emeria for us, it's going to be the Dockside Extortionist. A little bit of mana never hurt, but is not ultimately the big play that we need. Dockside comes in. Ooh, it's a Homeward Path. Nope. Didn't need that. Play the Homeward Path. Recast our commander. Actually, before we do that, does Hour of Revelation help us at all? Gets rid of the Lightning Greaves, gets rid of Sun Titan. Ooh, yeah, okay. Okay. No, the crap, they have the Dauntless Escort still, so no, it doesn't really help. We need to get rid of the Dauntless Escort first before that really becomes relevant. So Rienne's coming in, we're gonna scry one time. It's a land, definitely put that to the bottom. Opponent's got Gavany Township right now too, so they can start pumping stuff, which would be bad. Land for opponent, lands are about the safest things they can do. Cracks the land. If they attack with Dauntless Escort, if we blocking Dauntless Escort would be good if they attack with it. That could buy us time to slow things down. Oh, I think opponent's got Hoof. Yeah, Finale of Devastation. Yep, there's Crater Hoof. We cannot answer that. Alright, down we go to Karametra. Yeah, they got us good with double Winds of Abandon. I mean, that's just what happened. That's a hard thing to deal with. It really means we need graveyard removal and land destruction are the two things that we're missing. Austere Command doesn't help us. Silverglade, nope. Angel of Serenity, that was about 4 turns away. Yep, that's not going to do it. So, I mean, I thought the deck played well, other than the fact that we just got crushed by double Winds of Abandon. You know, that means that we need to bring back in some graveyard removal. What's that Soul Guide thing he called? Bring in a Soul Guide Lantern. What are we cutting? So after that, we couldn't catch a big draw when we needed it. And that'll happen sometimes. I mean, we just got blown out by removal, so if that's the way I gotta go, then that's the way I gotta go. Maybe add Winds of Abandon back in. Winds of Abandon has been a really tricky card for me to evaluate. Like, sometimes it's the greatest thing ever. Like, against what we were doing, it looks awesome. But I have lost to, like, a mono green deck where they're able to just, like, use draw effects and then use all that mana to cast stuff, and then you still lose. I've definitely had that happen, too. So it's a tricky card. It really is. And I guess another thing too is just like our prioritization of opponents. I think if we focus Jazz Fox first, I don't know that Glenn necessarily gets back into the game the same way. So that was something to think about also, that, you know, if we prioritize our opponents differently, maybe we don't get blown out by double Winds of Abandon. The first one we handled, the second one was the backbreaker. So I don't know, maybe that was a thing as well. Just not prioritizing my opponents correctly. Pull out this Aura of Silence, add in like a Heliod's Intervention. That still doesn't change our overall card count, but I don't know, maybe we can go to 36 lands. That seems fine. But other than that, I thought the deck played really well. We got to do a lot of cool stuff. We just got hit by the removal, so congrats to our opponents. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, feel free to comment, like, or subscribe. Thank you for watching.